Mammeries, rather than say World of Tanks, I'm going to say welcome to Star Citizen. This is the very first episode I'm going to broadcast on Star Citizen, and this is the day after the 1.1 release of the game, and we're just going to take a general run around through various ships. I'm not even going to get into the flight mechanics or anything like that right now. We're just going to do a general walkthrough of one of the hangars, some of the ships that I have, and I'll do a little exploration. So we'll start with that, and then from this we'll probably move on to some World of Tanks and World of Warships. So stick around for a very long streaming episode, and yeah, so there we go. So I hope you enjoy. It is a Saturday afternoon here in the United States, and I just finished watching the Rugby Six Nations England versus France match, and drank quite a bit of beer. So if I don't speak as smoothly as I normally do, or I stutter or fall asleep at the helm here, forgive me for that, but let's take a look around. So anyway, this is one of the hangars. This is the top of the line hangar in Star Citizen, and this is just post 1.1 update, where you had to remove the old Star Citizen game from your computer and reinstall the entire game from scratch. I did it last night, or this morning at probably about 1 o'clock in the morning, and there are a number of new things available here. So we'll just start out just kind of taking a quick walk around. This is the new simulator. So rather, if you want to learn to do flight mechanics and how to fly and dogfighting and racing and all of the other things that are involved in part of the Star Citizen universe, at least the part that's available to everybody now, it used to be that you would get inside a single player ship, one of the single seat fighters, and start the simulator from there, where you'd be able to go and do like fights against the Vandal, or the racing simulator, or any of those kinds of things. Now you don't do that from the fighters anymore. You actually can get inside this device right here, which is the simulator, and from this you will be able to get into any of the existing vehicles that you have that are single seat fighters, not any of the multiplayer ships. And you can go and do the racing, you can go do the Vandal Swarm, you can do the cooperative play, you can do any of those different things from there. So that's what that device is right there. So it's no longer in the ship, it's now in the inside the simulator. So I've been following the game for almost a year now, and not quite that much, but pretty close to a year now. And along the way, I've subscribed and become a backer, and I've also bought a number of ships and ship packages, both standalone ships and ship packages. So what we'll do is we'll go through my hangar. This is not everything. This is only what my hangar has room for. There's still 3 other ships that my hangar doesn't have room for, that are not shown here. So first off, we'll just take a look at this. So anyway, let me go ahead and get out of here. And I've done absolutely no preparation for this video whatsoever, so I'm not even going to be able to tell you the names of all the ships that I have available. This is the fanciest of all the hangars. It goes from this all the way down to basically some scumbag asteroid hangar that you have available. But each hangar basically has a number of bays in it, and within each bay you can put a large ship, a medium ship, or several small ships. So we'll start here on the far right side of my hangar, and we'll take a look at each ship in turn. So I drove over here in my little speed buggy thing, Now, this is one of the Aegis vessels, and I guess you can see it all from there. And if I recall correctly, this one came from, actually from, look at the vehicles moving around. Yeah, there's still some bugs in the old program here, even though it's new 1.1, there's still some bugs. My little speed buggy should not be sort of moving around on its own. Anyway, the ship, this Aegis class vessel, or this Aegis manufactured vessel, is obviously not a fighter. It's a bigger, one of the bigger ships, and it's got room for cargo in the back of it. And if I recall correctly, this was created by some of the actual fans and backers of the game, and it won a contest to be part of one of the ships in Star Citizen. So, as I was saying before, I have been backing Star Citizen for almost a year now, and in that time, I've played a little bit of the actual game, you know, flying around the asteroid fields and stuff like that. It's I've got a joystick, and you know, and I've done some of the racing and some of the, you know, co-op matches and things like that. But it's just not there for me yet. And I appreciate the vision, and I've obviously spent some money on, you know, becoming one of the backers of this game, and I watch the Chris Roberts stuff, and I pay attention to the things that, you know, that come out. I guess that's a weapons locker right there, and this is going to be one of the turret seats for firing manned turret weapons. Jump seats for passengers that you're taking. Anyway, so, you know, I'm a backer. I thought it was a great thing to do and help fund the game, and I do pay attention to each of the updates as they come along, and I follow some of the forums, and I, you know, watch the videos as they come out. But I honestly, and it's as beautiful as this game is, I do wonder if the vision exceeds the level of technology. And what I mean by that is Chris Roberts and his crew at the various different organizations, from Foundry 42 to, you know, Roberts Space Industries or whatever, all these different organizations they have, from Austin, Texas to LA to, you know, London, wherever. I wonder if the vision of what they would like to do doesn't exceed A, their players' computers' capability, and B, truly the level of technology that's out there. From, you know, I get what they're doing with space simulation and the fact that they want to have, you know, true physics in the game and all of these weapon systems and all this sort of stuff. But to me, there's a balance between a game that becomes too technologically complicated, and you spend more time, you know, mapping keyboards and trying to, you know, pay attention to the fact that this ship has a level 2 sponson that can only hold a level 1 device because of the gimbaling of the weapon system, and that you know, you're constantly having to shift your shields around in the middle of a dogfight when you're just trying to fly and survive. And, you know, there's all these and ECM and your ship's broadcasting of electromagnetic frequencies versus the ambient environmental electromagnetic frequency broadcast strength. There's all these different things, and so there comes a point in time where I wonder if the game is not too complicated, that the level of technology required for the average player to play the game isn't there yet, and they're going to create something that, as much as people have bought into and as much as people think this is such a great thing, I can't wait to be part of the future and this, that, and the other, that when they get into it, it's not an enjoyable game, that it's going to be a game for a niche bunch of players that are engineering nerds or rocket scientists or whatever who say, yeah, this bit I like, and I'm happy with this. What you want to be able to do is log in and not spend 30 seconds loading the game, or 45 or a minute or whatever. You want to be able to log in, jump in your ship, go do missions, go explore things, go meet people, go have a fight, whatever. And pardon me, and you want some level of, obviously, realism, but you also want some level of playability. And what I'm seeing so far is this game is getting more and more complex, which is requiring longer and longer to release. And it's also requiring, more and more computing power. And I've got a brand new, literally 3-week-old Origin PC, which really is, it's pretty top-of-the-line computer here. And I'm still only getting, 43 frames per second in the hangar, standing still. 44 frames a second, standing still in the hangar. And yeah, okay, so I'm streaming on Twitch at the same time, but I'm getting 65, 75 frames a second streaming on World of Tanks or World of Warships, and I've got 150 megabyte per second up and down fiber optic connection to my computer here. So I've got a good computer. I've got a very good stable internet connection. I've got, a very good keyboard. I've got a very good monitor, and I don't have other things in the house right now streaming. I've got an iPhone that's plugged in, but other than that, there's not like other things using the bandwidth on my property, and I'm still getting 44 frames a second. So I can imagine if somebody's got a laptop they're trying to play this on, or they've got, mom's old hand-me-down PC, I really wonder if this game is not going to be just too overmatched for A, the player's technology, and B, the current state-of-the-art of rendering technology and everything that's out there right now. And I realize that Chris Roberts says that he wants to have games that are good for the future and not just right now. And I get that, but man, that's not what everybody's computers are. So anyway, here we are inside the ship. You've got some crew sleeping quarters there, some berths. You've got, the mess facility here. Sorry, I kind of dragged on a bit there with that. You got it, looks like an ablution unit here. That's a crapper. So it means on the other side we're going to have the shower. Yeah, there's a shower with the hot water, cold water thing. And then back here we've got, the, hello, step through. It's not going to let me step through. But anyway, cargo bay. So, crew quarters, cargo area, general mess deck wardroom, cockpit. And you've probably all seen the different cockpits and stuff, but so that's where we are with this. So that's that ship, and this is the hangar, big fuck off big hangar. Let's get back over to my Speedwagon, which is now spun completely around. All right, look at that, spun completely around, and we'll go see the next ship. So the next ship is going to be the Constellation. No, it's not. It's going to be the, whatever it is, DUR. That. Right, so this is, I admire the fact that Star Citizen has decided to create a number of different manufacturers with different styles of ship. This one to me is much more like the golden age of American steam railroad, which has very much streamlined look, steel, aluminum, stainless steel type things, rounded off bits and pieces. It's very industrial looking, but it's still very rounded, and it just, to me, looks very golden age of steam. Anyway, I quite like this ship. And again, another one of the larger ships, not... I don't know what I'm doing here. I guess I'm crouched down or what, but... Let's open this up. So, sort of like an IL-76 or C-130 cargo aircraft. Big hold, room for lots of crap in it. And let's just take a quick peek at various parts of the ship here. I really do feel like I'm crouched down. I don't know what it is, but... So now we're into the main part of the ship here. Fold down wardroom area, tables, storage facilities, some bunks. You can see we got some bunks there, one on that side, one on that side. And then we come up into the main cabin area. Very airline-ish looking 1970s airline seats. Really bright, colorful cockpit controls. So we got 4 bunks. Very tight quarters here. 4 bunks. Mess deck, wardroom area with fold-down tables. And then into the cargo hold. And there's some gun turrets. There's a gun turret there. Oops. Back up. Sorry. Exhaust port. Fuck off, big cannons. Yeah, so anyway, that's the ship. So, 2 of mine so far have been multi-crew platforms. I think that primarily I'm going to be like, I don't know. We'll have to see what the Persistent Universe is like when it actually eventually comes out someday in 2017. The way that, whoop, let me not crash that. Right. Bonk. Yeah, so not the best vehicle mechanics at this point in time. But someday when the Persistent Universe actually comes out and you can wander off and explore star systems and go look for things that people haven't discovered yet or old relics or whatever, I think that that's sort of going to be where I go with my game as opposed to being a pirate or, you know, some sort of mercenary company or whatever. And there's the vehicle spinning again. Anyway, here we are at the Constellation. This is the Constellation Phoenix, which is one of the first ships that I bought when I actually got down to buying it. It's really disco inside. It's beautiful, but it sure could use some more warmth because it's very sterile, dry environment. Anyway, the Constellation Phoenix is a very upscale, multi-crew, multi-passenger, large vessel. I would consider this to be like a, if not a frigate, at least close to that in any, you know, normal science fiction universe. We have the Aegis frigate, which I don't own, but you know, this would be considered to me to be at least that level of ship. So you've got a full command deck here, captain, and 2 different ship's officers there. Weapons probably, and I don't know, systems or something. And then you've got this huge open deck area here. You got a fold down table and seating area. There's different little compartments. Oh, I haven't been in that one yet. Back. Oh no, never mind. Crew berthing quarters. Abstract art. So there's 4 crew quarters there. I still feel like I'm crouched down. And then we have this big fancy space. We've got a galley here with a fridge, which you can actually open. Freezer, storage compartments, refrigerator portion. Sink, stove, cooking prep area, a bar over on this side which does not have any booze yet, dining table area, television entertainment center, which I guess when it shows a TV image it goes opaque, what looks to be like a sitting area, but it's supposed to be a hot tub or something, some more, IKEA abstract art. We have a shower there. We've got the space bed there. We've got a toilet in that space. Then when you come back here, you have what leads to the engine compartment, and then this airlock hatch is to a small fighter that is lamprey attached to the bottom of this, the Phoenix. Anyway, so it's this little what they call snub fighter, and then we have some big airlocks here. I got an airlock on this side, one on that side. So decent sized ship, a lot of wasted space in this, but it's very pretty. But it's very disco, gleaming, stainless steel, lots of white leather, and fake wood paneling. It's exactly like the hangar. I mean, the ship and the hangar were probably designed by the same company. So, if I were to own that bad boy, I'd probably slap some paint on it and some other things. So let's go. Let's head over to the next one, which is really something I've been looking forward to. Very excited about this. Very cool ship. Extremely cool ship. Let's just back up and take a look at this. This is the new Retaliator heavy bomber. Now, what you need to be aware of is this ship has just in the last 2 days been made hangar ready, and because of that it's not exactly right. There's still a lot of problems with it. You see some pixelation there, and the engines here, the stall engines here, are still in the flight orientation as opposed to landing orientation. If we were in true landing orientation according to what the videos and previews have shown, these engine appurtenances here would not be in this horizontal position, nor would those in the front there. They would actually be in the vertical position. They would be oriented 90 degrees up into the air, which would allow the ship to land at a hover onto its fixed 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 landing gear. So they did make a mistake with that. You'll see it in the patch notes. But still, actually, what I was able to do earlier, when I downloaded this last night, and I couldn't actually get into the ship. I could not for the life of me figure out how to do it. So I was trying to figure out how to get the hell into this ship, and I honestly couldn't do it. So what I did was I was able to climb up on here and up onto here, and then somehow got up on there, and I was able to climb up onto the ship, right? So you're able to get up here and get a really good look. So this is it's one of the airlocks. Oops. There's the top deck interior observation compartment. Here is one of the ball turrets, forward-facing ball turret. Then you can get up to the cockpit here and see inside the cockpit and all that sort of stuff. This is a very cool-looking ship. Very cool-looking ship. A very stealth bomber, stealth fighter ship. I really enjoy looking at all of the... They did a good job getting this thing put together here. So, another turret there, another turret there. Anyway, this is an extremely good-looking platform. Very pleased with the quality of this ship. So anyway, last night I wasn't able to get in, but I was able to jump around here and look at pretty much all of the components on it. 42, Squadron 42, I guess. Very cool looking. So, if you've got one of these little super buggies, speed buggy jobbies, you can do exactly the same thing. Probably do it to all your ships. You can jump down and around and climb on top, take a look at them. Anyway, so, but here we are with how to actually get into this. So the Retaliator is a multi-crew heavy bomber. It's got 2 bomb bays in it with rotating bomb launch bomb racks. So theoretically you could switch the load out from whatever these war shots are right here. So we've got these war shots, right? Basically an exact replica of a modern day torpedo with, instead of a propeller propulsion system, it's got a rocket engine back there with these flaps that help steer it. So you've got a rotating bomb rack. You can see one war shot there, one war shot here, one war shot there, one war shot here. So you can change out the warloads on this bomb bay. Right, so that's that bomb bay. And then there's another one, sorry, let me go back to that. We come through the ship and there's the second bomb bay right here. And in this one, right now, there doesn't appear to be anything loaded into it. I could be wrong. That could be a cluster munition of some sort up there. But I only see that one. So, anyway, and I don't think you can get into this one. But this is a really cool ship, so... This theoretically is where you could get into this space, but you can't get into it. So, anyway, there's the second bomb bay. We're in the area between the two. This is a much bigger ship on the inside than it appears to be on the outside. Lots of locker space. So we're heading down towards the aft end of the ship. Here's another area here with a space for one of the turrets, right? So when you stand on this spot and you actuate the weapon, you will get lifted up into that space right there and become the operator of the manned turret. There's another one on the other side, more lockers. Back to the aft end of the ship. What we can't do is we can't get into the engine room there. That's the other turret. More torpedo deck, more lockers. I'm assuming that's like a weapons maintenance console, something like that. Anyway, we come back into the main part of the ship, back to where we entered. Then you have this bomb bay, and we'll move up into the further up into the ship. Here is the sole restroom ablution unit on the vessel. Got a sink, got a toilet, got some lockers, and got a shower there in the backside. Right? Hot and cold, not for drinking. That's the shower. First aid kit, sink, no mirror, toilet. Anyway, that's the ablution unit. Right on this side, passing through the bomb bay up to the front of the vessel. Now we go over here. Remember, the ablution unit is on the other side of this. This is what I see as the only actual crew berthing quarter on the ship. I could be completely wrong. Somebody will point it out to me in the video. But now we're in the cockpit, so you know, you leave the cockpit, you got bomb bay in the middle of the ship there. You got crew quarters, hallway. Yeah, see that problem right there? That's a issue with the patch. Anyway, it's a good looking ship though. Very utilitarian, very military looking. Quite a nice ship. So far, my favorite render of all the ships. So here we go into the cockpit of the Retaliator. Pretty nice looking. Hands on the controls. Still lots of visibility. Tremendous amount of visibility in the ship here. Looks like all the controls are within view. Huge deck screen. Very nice. Yeah, so that's the ship. Yawn. Let's go to the upper deck real quick. So remember, we were on top and we were looking through some of those windows. This is when we were climbing on the deck and we were looking through these windows into this compartment here. So now here we are. I guess maybe these are crew. Maybe these are berthing spaces for the crew. Can't really tell. Yeah. Maybe that's what these are. I don't know. Maybe this is where the rest of the crew sleeps, and that's just the captain's quarters down there. Whatever. We got weapons racks, and then I'm probably making y'all dizzy looking at all this crap like this. Another gun turret there. So I'm guessing those are crew berths. Okay, cool. And then down. Bonk. So let's head back out. Oh, not through that way. I'm not going to bore you guys with all the other. We'll just take a quick run around that side. So, I think I kind of dropped the ball on this, but I'm looking to forward the persistent universe where you actually get to go. I guess we're stuck. What a mess. How's that gonna work? Yeah. That's not what you want. Alright, well, we'll just head over there. We'll run my fat ass over here to the other hangar. So here's three of my smaller ships. Gladiator, Hornet, and something else. Now, I haven't figured out the whole loading mechanism for any of this stuff. I've flown this one, and I guess the Gladys into combat. I have the M50, I have the 350 or something as well. They're just not in the hangars because I don't have enough room. But what I also was really looking forward to was a Gladiator. Really thought that was going to be cool. And I'm glad I got it. Sort of think about the old World War II Dauntless dive bombers and torpedo planes and stuff like that. And I always thought it'd be cool to have like the Guadalcanal Cactus Air Force Marine Corps version of that. And that's kind of what I feel like these are. So, Gladiator I was really looking forward to as well. Come on. There we go. I don't really like how that... Oh, well, we're kind of far back. Alright, I'm levitating. Very cool. Look at this. It's awesome. Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, I'm just going to sit out here on the wing. That's fucking brilliant. Look at that shit. Oh, now I'm in the... Oh, that's too bad. That'd be much more fun to sit on the wing the whole time and fly it that way. Alright, well, here we are in the... Shit. Well, that's no fun. Alright, but we're in it, right? So, here we are in it. Checking it all out. Pretty cool. That's good to go. Not near as much vision as any of the big ones. Look at that. Looks like a B-1 stealth bomber, doesn't it? That's pretty cool. I really do like the Retaliator. Very excited to have that in the hangar there. There's a few other ships I bought that have not yet been made hangar ready, so we're waiting for those to come out as well. And once you get into the multiplayer ship or ship with multiple positions, then I'll certainly be interested in flying those around. I'm sick and tired of doing it into these little teeny spherical, you know, aquariums that they've set up for us to fly ships in. So I'm really honestly not messing around with any of that because to me it's kind of a waste of time. But when the Persistent Universe comes out, I am really going to be looking at going to ArcCorp and places like that. So look for me there. Anyway, this is a brief overview of some of the different ships that are available in Star Citizen at this point, including the brand new Retaliator in the hangar. Yeah, there's hangar flare and shit upstairs. I'm not going to worry about showing that to you. But to me, this is it right here. This is a pretty damn cool ship. Not as big as a Constellation, but close and really, really, really nice. So, anyway, we're going to go ahead and pause this for now, switch out of here, and come back with World of Warships, I think. I guess we'll do World of Warships next. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. The first preview of my upcoming participation in Star Citizen with the Constellation, the Retaliator, the Dur, the Hornet, the Gladiator, and the Gladys. So, I guess that's Gladys. I don't know. Somebody will tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this looking at the Retaliator.